Hey traders, Control the Trade here, taking a look at GameStop. How could I not take a look at GameStop? All this hype, this crazy short squeeze, and I want to take a look at the tweet that I sent out this morning. Let's go to my Twitter account. I was looking at it earlier. You can see this tweet from this morning. If you can't beat them, join them, ride the trend until the end. Because logically this makes no sense other than it's a short squeeze, but you have a lot of other weird factors going on. You have Reddit groups, you have hype, you have obvious, short covering, of course. So once I saw it gap up pre-market, that was definitely bullish. We're going to ride it. 40, I said here, 43 was my first target, then 45, all the way up to 46.07. So the strong pre-market gap should lead to more short covering. Now, there was some interesting activity happening pre-market. There was a huge run-up I'll show on the chart in a second here. This is the chart that I put out before the actual open. You can see why my target was 43 as one of them on the board. You can see my line of 46.07 that was drawn here last week. And play by play did take some profit, 39.99. It did pull back there. Then we almost got up to 43 in the pre-market here. Took some more profit. Once we opened, we achieved 45 almost, even up to 45.50. So I was selling the whole way, but let's take a look at a 10-minute chart. So on the 10-minute chart, you can see we gapped up here pre-market, and that pretty much set the precedent here. We hit 42.88 here, which you saw that I tweeted about. Then at the open, they did this nice flush down, very tricky, and then you can see what happened here. I mean, what a crazy ride. This is not normal market behavior. This falls into like the 1% category of this type of price movement, in my opinion. I mean, look at this. You got your high up here. It almost hit my target of 46. I did sell some shares, thankfully, around 45 and change. I think 45, but most of them were sold earlier than that. It was way too tricky, way too volatile. Once we had a 10-minute close below this candle, I was very concerned about the short-term chart until we came down here and started to get some footing. And then out of nowhere, we just burst up right here, and that changed the trajectory again. And then it kind of just trailed off the rest of the day. So what do you do with GME? I mean, I stay far away from it most of the time, but the opportunity is in the squeeze, which is one of my favorite plays. This one just is a little bit extra volatile. So holding this overnight is definitely not recommended. It is bullish right now, though. The chart looks really good. Let's take a look. I mean, the chart looks really good. It's just so far extended from the 20-period moving average, which is considered, home base. So this just feels too much like gambling to me. You have to, to hold it, you have to make some intraday quick decisions on this. Find your numbers. I need to chart this a little bit more, not just have my resistance up here. I need to find some more areas to chart. This area could end up being important. This is the breakout area right here in the low 20s. But there's still a lot of hype. There's still a lot of shorts. So there could still be a much bigger squeeze on the way. What I like to do is look at the historical numbers on this. I like to look at long-term charts. You can see how this candle is challenging when this last broke down way back here, 2015. Yeah, I mean, looking back, this is like a 10-year view. You can see that it almost challenged the high of this breakdown candle, and this is where things fell apart for GameStop back here in 2015. So it's an important area. You can see how many times price visited this area, found support, lost the trend, came back, got rejected, tried to get it back, got rejected again. I think even if you go back a little further, let's go really far back here to 20-year, and I'm going back so far here, but it is interesting how this came right up to this important area here and then just fell back down. So the question is, will we see a breakout right here to try to reach up to these highs, or will we get a failure and then continue this long-term downtrend? Got to take this one day at a time, one candle at a time. Do not gamble on this. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Leave any comments that you want. Love to talk stocks. Love to analyze any charts that you have. And remember, don't let the trade control you.